Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucia and this is Lulu's Leaves.
I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. And I feel misunderstood, cause I'm trying hard to love.
In today's video, I really want to go into some of the more controversial topics about the houseplant community. There are definitely so many great things that come to mind when I think about the houseplant community, but I did also want to give you guys some advice on things to basically avoid doing or avoid saying, if possible, while in this community. So while all of this is my opinion, I have been in the community for a little bit now, so I do have an idea of kind of the etiquette basically of being a part of it. And I want to share that with you guys, especially if you are new to the community. It's really important that you take that step and just learn a little bit more about how to navigate the plant world. Before I do get into that though, if you guys are not already subscribed, definitely click that button down below. Also give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment if you'd like to be entered into the $20 Amazon gift card giveaway. The winner will be announced on Monday, so make sure you do enter. But that is going to be all before we get into today's video. I really hope you guys get something good out of it. So I am going to be breaking this up into a do's and don'ts. I think I'm gonna go back and forth with one do, one don't, just to keep your attention, but we may as well just get right on into it. The first do is, Boomy. The first do is definitely to collect plants that make you happy and plants that are really attractive to you rather than plants that are super popular. From experience, I know that it is really easy to get sucked into all of the houseplant trends, and I've definitely done that myself. But if I could go back, I would tell myself to really look for plants that make me happy rather than plants that are going to get me likes on Instagram, if you know what I mean. There are definitely a lot of plants that I have had to get rid of over the last few months just because I never really liked them in the first place, and I got them because they were trendy and really popular. I will say there's sometimes an exception to this rule. That being, if you find a plant that's a really great deal and you think that you could work out a good trade using that plant and it would be of benefit to you, that can be a really good reason to purchase a plant. I have definitely done that before, where I will purchase plants with the intent of trading them just because they were a really great value, but I wouldn't lead with that. I would lead with what feels good for you and what plants look good to you and go from there. Another tip that I have is don't collect too many plants too quickly. This is another thing that I definitely learned from experience. Obviously, plants can be kind of addictive, and once you start collecting just about anything, it does become sort of addictive and a bit of a hunt. But I do want to stress that it is way better to start collecting slowly and make sure that you are able to take care of them before you start getting so many more plants, because it gets very overwhelming very quickly. And I feel like in the beginning of my plant journey, I got a lot of plants and I killed a lot of plants too because I just didn't think that it would be as overwhelming as it was. I'll tell you right now, it is way more rewarding to collect a few plants that mean a lot to you rather than collecting all the plants that are super trendy and popular just to fill some space on a shelf. So if you're just starting out, go slowly. I promise, I know it's really difficult and I know you just want to keep going, but you will thank me by waiting in the end. Next thing you should do is research the plants that you are getting before you get them. It is really important that we are taking care of these plants and not bringing them home with us just to kill them. Because if we keep growing these plants and keep killing them, eventually there're not going to be any left. So we need to make sure that for the most part we can take care of these plants, and the best way to do that is to research their care needs before you actually get them. Even if you're at the store and you really want to pick up a plant right then and there, Pull out your phone and check the care requirements. If that plant is one that needs highlight and you can't provide that, maybe don't get it. Just be responsible with your plant purchasing so that we can keep these plants going forever. Another thing you definitely do not want to do is ask people for free cuttings. Especially if you don't know these people, it can become really frustrating when all you have all day is people begging for plants when you spent your hard-earned money on them. And if you're asking a YouTuber because you think they get these plants for free anyways, I may as well just ask. The likelihood is they didn't get these plants for free. Plant YouTubers get free plants way less than you would think. We don't get a free pass, unfortunately. There is a right way to go about this, and I will get into that a little bit later, but asking for free plants without anything in return is just not fair, and you wouldn't do that in any other circumstance, so why would you do it with plants? Also, if you see in someone's Instagram bio, NFS, that means not for sale. Typically that means don't ask them about anything because they are not selling any of their houseplants, at least on Instagram. The next do in the houseplant community is to make friends. We all have at least one thing in common, and that is our love for plants. So if you are struggling and you don't have many people to talk to, definitely reach out to your plant community. There's always someone able to talk or ready to talk, wanting to talk with you guys, especially if you're talking about plants. So if you feel alone, you're not alone. There are so many plant people all over the world. Reach out to your local plant community or your Facebook and Instagram community, which I will get into, but definitely reach out to people and try to make friendships, because I will tell you, I have made some of my best friends in this community and they're awesome. So the next thing you definitely don't want to do is repost someone's photo on your Instagram without giving them credit or asking for their photo. So I've seen a lot of people recently posting some of my photos, some of my friends' photos, and I was never informed, and there was actually no credit given. I just kind of stumbled upon it. That can be a little bit disheartening. I also want to say, don't tag people in photos that they are not in, especially there are a lot of people who will tag plant influencers in their photos to hopefully have them see it, but I promise you it's not worth it. It will actually lessen their chance of wanting to look at your Instagram. So if that person is not in your photo, don't tag them. And also, do not steal photos without giving credit where credit is due. The next thing that you should do when you are part of this community is share plants with your friends. Trading, again, is the best way to get ahead and start collecting more rare plants. All you have to do is take cuttings of your own plants and you can share them and get some cool stuff in return. You don't even have to get rid of entire plants. You can just take pieces because they grow back, which is probably the best thing about houseplants, in my opinion. So make sure that you are trading with your friends. And I did want to touch on what I was talking about earlier about not asking for free cuttings. If you're going to do a trade with someone, try to make a relationship with them before you ask for a trade, or especially for free cuttings. But even if someone has something that you really, really want and you don't want to miss out on it, make sure that you offer them something fair in return so that you're not offending that person by asking. So that's it for the do's and don'ts, but I also want to just mention that I do think it's a really, really great idea for all of you guys to join a plant community somewhere, whether that's on Facebook or whether that's on Instagram, and you just create a friendship with one person or a group chat with a few people. It will really strengthen your connection to the plant community. It feels really good to have some people to talk to about houseplants. So try to get involved in some way or another, but remember to be kind and respectful at all times. Well guys, that is going to be it for me. I hope that that video was not too scatterbrained, but I wanted to get as much information out there as possible. I also want to mention that, again, I don't know everything, so just take what I'm telling you with a grain of salt, but I hope that whatever I was able to give to you today was helpful in some way or another. Also, don't forget to enter this week's giveaway. Today is the last day to enter for Monday's giveaway, so be sure to comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel. That's going to be all for me though, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.